On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, more good news on cod. We have all the upcoming events, including the boat show this weekend, which I will be giving a seminar at. Speaking of boats, we have a walkthrough of the Twin V 34-foot Power Cat. We check in on the spring migration of striped bass with New Jersey, Delaware managing editor Jim Hutchinson. Paul McCain shows us how to tie the slow-sinking spider fly, and our correspondents check in from around the island, all here at thefisherman.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners. The Long Island Boat and Fishing Show is back at the Nassau Coliseum March 10th through the 12th. Long Island's best boat and tackle dealers will be there with huge savings. Free parking all weekend and Friday, free admission for first responders and military. For boat show information, visit nyboatshows.com.
Today is Thursday the 9th, and we start off with the upcoming events. The Long Island Boat Show is in town at the Nassau Coliseum. The show starts tomorrow and runs through Sunday, and free parking all weekend. I will speak about shorebound fluke fishing again. It's the same seminar I gave at the Surf Day in Jersey, so if you missed that one, come on down. Also this weekend is the Lindenhurst Spring Fishing Flea Market. That's this Sunday, the 12th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. out east. On the same day is the Sag Harbor Fire Department Flea Market from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then March 17th through 19th is the Saltwater Expo in Edison, New Jersey. March 19th is the Babylon Fishing Flea Market from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on the 25th of March is the Long Island Fly Fishing Show put on by River Bay Outfitters at the Radisson Hotel. Also on the 25th is the Spring Family Fishing Festival at Belmont Lake. Visit thefisherman.com/events for all the details. Don't forget when you're at one of these shows to renew your subscription to the Fisherman magazine and get a package of BKK hooks and fish bites for a new subscription or renewal. And being a subscriber allows you to enter into our Dream Boat contest. So stop by, say hello, and we will sign you up.
The Babylon Fisherman's Flea Market is now better than ever in its new location. The American Legion, 22 Grove Place, Babylon. Save the date, Sunday, March 19th, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Over 50 tables with new and used fishing gear. Door prizes every hour. Get your fishing questions answered by the Pro Roundtable. Get all the details at fishermanfleamarket.com.
We have more good news on the cod this week from the King Cod in Santa Mauritius. They fished on Tuesday in the hard wind, but that didn't stop the fish from chewing. They boxed around 100 nice market-sized cod and threw a bunch back. Many limits were taken around the boat. Their next saleable day looks like this Friday. Also, keep in mind they have a 20-person max on the trip, so reservations are a must. The Super Hawk and Point Lookout also got out on Tuesday's window and had themselves a nice haul of cod for all those that sail with them as well. They will be sailing on the 12th, 13th, and 17th. They also have a 20-person max on their trips, and the fare is about $25. When we get back from the short break, we will check in with New Jersey, Delaware managing editor Jim Hutchinson to see if there is any news on the spring striper migration to the south of us.
Marine Mead of Lindenhurst is holding their annual spring sale March 18th through April 1st. Bottom paint from $69 per gallon. Save big on engine parts, outboard oil, cleaners, waxes, and more. Daily raffles and your chance to win big prizes. Visit marinemate.com for all the details.
If you're wondering what's happening with the spring migration of stripers up the coast, let's check in with New Jersey, Delaware managing editor Jim Hutchinson. Jim.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Matt. It's not so much of a migration at this point in the year here at the Jersey Shore, but we have a lot of holdover fish. New Jersey's kind of a unique situation here where we've got the Delaware River spawning area bordering on the south shores and west shores, and of course, those big striped bass will stage in the Raritan Bay sometime typically in April before they head up the river in the Hudson to our north to spawn. But I think what we're seeing this time of year especially is the warmer winter that we had. A lot of the holdover stripers that sit down in some of these deeper rivers, the Raritan outside the Delaware, the Mullica, Great Egg Harbor, even the Toms River internal just behind Barnegat Bay in central Jersey. Those fish that sit over during the winter months are starting to get active. Water temperatures in some of the salty rivers up around 45, 46 degrees, which is on the warmer side typically from this time of year. So rather than having lethargic stripers that will just root around for bloodworms, We're already getting guys who are throwing the Kettle Creek swing shads, the NLBNs, the smaller SP minnows and Rapala X-Raps, and scoring fish in a lot of these salty rivers. So I do think that we have a lot of holdover stripers. Maybe they're going to be coming in from the offshore grounds where they spent the winter, but striped bass season is certainly underway. For New Yorkers especially, I think you have to consider Raritan Bay as a primo location for the next several weeks into all of April for scoring some really good striped bass action. A lot of smaller fish, but we are getting those 28 to 38 inch slot fish that we see in New Jersey, so that welcomes the door for the April 15th of striped bass in New York when you've got that 28 to 35 inch slot limit. So again, I do think that we're seeing an earlier start to the season. We will get a migratory run of striped bass at some point this spring, but right now, these are all the locals, and they're not just small. I do have some reports of some guys under cover of dark had fish on the Raritan Bay up over 40 inches. Whether that's true or not, I can't tell you. You can find out for yourself though, Matt.
Thanks for the update, Jim. Check out Jim's weekly video fishing forecast to keep track of the striper migration spring run as it progresses into our area.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Recently at the New York City Boat Show, Zach Crane of Twin V Boats gave us a tour of the 34-foot power catamaran. This is one cool fishing platform.
Hello everyone, we're here at the New York Boat Show. We're looking at the Twin V 340 GFX. This boat is 34-foot overall length with an 11 4-inch beam. Nice wide stable platform, twin-hauled catamaran. Powered with the Mercury 400. Very large, stable platform. We're going to hop on up, check out the boat on the inside here. Just in the aft deck here, you have twin live wells on both sides, 40 gallons. After that, you have 10 rod holders for all your extra rods. As you open the seat, the backrest of the seat goes up, hits you in a nice area on your back here. Very comfortable while you're running the boat, or if you're fishing it, folds away nicely. And you're able to use the whole aft area in the back here. Great storage. We have 3 drawers here. Easy to get to for all your fishing material. As we come up to the console here, this boat has twin Garmin 16-inch screens. We have our custom LED backlit push buttons. It does have the Fusion stereo, nice comfortable ergonomics here, and a 3-sided enclosure with acrylic on it. What I also like to point out is the little glove box that we have here, dry storage. We have great custom upholstery. We have our main helm seats here with the flip down bolsters, so you could sit or you could flip them up and you could stand. And now let's check out the bow of the boat here. Great area up here, whether you're fishing, you're cruising, if you want to lounge out, sit back, relax. We also have a huge chaise lounge right here. Real comfortable, beautiful. Also has nice dry storage or another fish hold. Great hardtop up here. It's got twin Gemlux outriggers. Then we have its standard, our Razor 10,000 LED lumen light. Real large fish box in the floor on both sides, twin gasketed. Easy to get in. You could definitely fit a few tunas down there. Up in the front here, underneath these seats, you have great storage for extra items, life preservers, lines, etc. Up in the front, again, more storage. We're using all tension hinges, so it'll stay open by itself. You could put fenders down below there. Over here, you have your windlass, automatic. Press the button at the helm, goes down, press it, comes up. And this is the latest from Twin V, our 340 GFX 2023.
Spellman's from Hampton Bays is the local dealer and will be at the boat show this weekend. Now let's check in with Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk. Tim.
Thank you, Matt. Well, greetings everybody from Montauk. It's kind of been a quiet bit of time out here. I haven't really made a report in a while, but we're starting to see some signs of things to come. People are starting to get their boats. See a couple guys working on boats. I tried making a few casts last weekend during the warm weather, seeing if there might possibly be some bass around. There's plenty of bait in the water, so things are looking good. With the warm weather, hopefully we'll start seeing some fish coming in sooner than later this year. In regards to fishing, the Viking fleet is doing a Nantucket wreck trip this weekend. They're leaving Friday, coming back Sunday. That's a 2-day trip. It's an overnight trip. It's a really good trip, and little Steven Forsberg will be captaining the boat. So these guys are psyched to get back out fishing. They're looking forward to it. It's an encouraging sign. I know there's some reports of some cod being caught off of some New England guys, and that's why they're giving it a shot. The Long Island Fly Fishing Expo is coming up this month. It's March 25th, which is a Saturday. I'm going to be there, so if you want to stop by, ask some questions, or talk fly fishing, I'll be there for that. Other than that, if the weather stays warm, we should see some fish sooner than later, guys. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Heard it was a great show over at Melville last weekend. Wasn't able to get over there, but heard just the typical great reviews of all the vendors, seminars. We're getting close. We start to all that stuff that we've all bought at the shows, seminars we've been to, all our gear that we've kind of tuned up. It's just about go time. So I'm going to give it a shot this weekend in some of the back bays and estuaries, possibly some white perch, possibly some resident fish. But it's going to be soon. I mean, the earliest that I've caught out here was March 16th. That was a couple of years ago. Obviously, this mild winter, which now all of a sudden doesn't want to go away and become spring. We'll see what happens. So I've seen some bait popping in some of the back creeks. Nothing really of that much circumstance, but do think that it's going to be shaping up so that we'll start to be catching some fish soon enough. So in the meantime, just scout those spots out. Be sure you're ready to go, and let us know how you do. All right, back to you, Matt. Thanks.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters, and be sure to check out Paul's video at the end of this video on how to tie the slow-sinking spider fly.
Hello, Matt. Well, Matt, here I am. I'm out guiding again today, and believe it or not, I woke up and it was snowing. Can you believe that? I'm looking forward to this today, though. It's going to warm up a little bit. It's going to be pretty good. I'm expecting good fishing. It has been good here on the Connecticut. Just let me hold on a second. Hi. Yes. Yes. McCain. Paul. Number 2. Who the hell beat me here? Mark Malinowski. He's guiding again. I'm guiding today. Oh, his son. All right, I'm going to set up and do a little casting with my client over there. All right, and then we'll be fishing. 11:15, where it can move up, right? Yes. Okay, thank you. It's an amazing place that they do here. I have to tell them that I'm looking forward to this today. It's nice to get out. I've been so busy working with Kenny on our Fly Fishing Expo on March 25th, Saturday, March 25th, that I need to get out. I need to breathe fresh air. Now, let's get to the report. All right, so freshwater fishing has been good as far as the streams on Long Island. The Connecticut, of course, is good, but I've heard some fish being caught at Carl's River, right? Massapequa River, Creek, they've doing well. The ponds are starting to come alive on the warmer days. Look for dark marked bottoms, and the bluegills are starting to move out of the deeper water, so we're catching fish there. The Connecticut rivers all are starting to really perk up because there's a little black stone fly coming out, which I've been using. Last week I was up there. It was very good. Saltwater, well, that might not be, it's still coming along, but it's It's coming along, but it's still, I think it's going to be a few weeks before we start seeing really good numbers, even though Mahasset Bay has shown some. But anyway, don't forget, March 25th, Long Island Fly Fishing Expo of Long Island, right? And it's at the Radisson Hotel on March 25th. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a lot of great talks, a lot of presentations, great fly tires. So be there. All right, till next week. Tie lines, everybody.
Let's head over to Chris Landry, wherever he may be.
Thanks, Matt. I'm reporting live from Venice, Louisiana by the oil rigs offshore where we're fishing for a yellowfin tuna. We got on some blackfin tuna today on 250 to 400 grams, Johnny jigs jigging in 300 to 400 feet of water. We did throw on some busting yellowfin, but none of our poppers hooked up. We did get a swordfish yesterday, deep dropping in 1,300 to 1,400 feet of water. We got a wahoo today, high-speed trolling with a Mad Max. We're on Tails Up Charters. All right, doing it big down here. We got some monster snappers, which are out of season. Had to throw back, but we're still out here trying to get these yellowfin and getting a lot of other fish. Very exciting. From Venice, Louisiana, reporting live. Thank you, and back to you, Matt.
Let's check in with David Rogers. Dave.
Thank you, Matt. This week on the Western Long Island Sound, I started to hear reports of schoolie bass being caught, mostly at night on bloodworms and some on lures. It's still early for them to show up in force, but based on what's going on around me, they should be biting more consistently soon. I wanted to find a consistent striper bite even sooner, so I took a trip to the Connecticut side of the Western Sound and tried for bass in one of the rivers up there. On this trip, I had a lot more action while trolling an umbrella rig on my kayak. The stripers would occasionally bite when casted at, but trolling seemed to be what they preferred. I ended up with close to a dozen stripers, which was a major improvement over the last time I was there. The increased activity in the river gets me hopeful that they will be entering the Long Island Sound soon. The umbrella rig I was using consisted of 5 jigs with small plastics rigged on each of them, and I chose to make 4 of them white and 1 pink. It was very interesting to see that 80% of the time, the stripers would strike the jig with the pink color. Having more than one color on the umbrella rig might be a strategy I always use now. To see all the striper action from this trip, make sure to check out Funky Fishing on YouTube. Mid-March is an exciting time. The striper action can start any day now, so be ready. Back to you, Matt.
Lastly, we check in with Captain Ben Gilmour from Marina Pez Vela down in Costa Rica.
Hey there, guys. How's it going? This is Ben Gilmour from down here in Costa Rica and the Marina Pez Vela. We've had some really nice fishing going on this past couple of weeks. Just 2 days ago, we raised 3 blue marlin, fish between 200 and 250 pound, fish of a lifetime stuff for sure for our anglers. There's been some big yellowfin tuna out there, quite a few fish over the 130, 150 pound mark this last couple of weeks. Plenty of fish in the 30 to 50 pound range as well. The Dorado is still pushing. There's been a few Dorado showing, along with sailfish also during our offshore trips. In by the river mouths, we've had some really nice snappers. We've had some snook, and the roosterfish bite at the rocks and the beaches has been nice as well. The weather down here is great right now. March and April are great times to visit. Blue skies and calm seas. There's always great fishing here in Costa Rica, and we'd love to see you guys down here soon. Back to you.
Remember to like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. Check out this video description on YouTube for all the related links and index for specific reports. Please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and their social media pages. We hope to see you this week at the boat show.
Well, we have actually amazing opportunities here on Long Island. Yeah, granted, we got great saltwater fishing. And we got 3 major trout streams here on Long Island. And we even have native brook trout here on Long Island. But you know what else we got? And I just can't wait because I love fishing for them. We got over 100 lakes. Some kettle ponds and some mill ponds. And you know what? They're loaded with panfish. And I'll tell you, one of the favorite times I have is either with a float tube or a canoe or just even wading some of these little ponds. And they're everywhere. They're in every park there's a pond, all over Long Island. Some of them have great access. Some of them you can wade, some you can't. Some of them you can put a boat in. It really is amazing. And they're packed with these little hard-fighting bluegills. And they're so much fun. My wife loves fishing for them. And the flies are so easy to tie. They're so aggressive. And today, we're going to tie this. It's called the slow-sinking spider. It kind of looks like a spider. And let me tell you, I can't tell you how many bluegills I've caught on this fly. And it's so easy to tie. So let's get to the vise and tie us up one. Well, this is a really simple fly. There's not much to it. I'm using a size. This is, you don't want it too big or too small for bluegills. It's surprising what they can get in the mouth. I'm using a size 8 sprout hook. I'm using orange and black yarn and some rubber legs, and I'm using black 70 denier or 6/0 thread. So like I said, this is really a simple fly. I do debarb these hooks because several reasons. I always debarb my hooks because I'm not keeping anything, but also because it's surprising what those little bluegills can get into their mouth. It really is surprising. So I'm going to put down a nice little thread base. Come back up here. All right. Leaving room. I'm going to take my 2 yarns. I'm using orange and black. Right? You could use any color combination. I'm going to get a nice clean cut. And I'm going to tie them so that the black's on the bottom and the orange is on top, and you'll see why. And I'm going to hold it so that everything stays right on top. And then I'm going to bring my thread forward to about 1/3 from the hook eye. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping my orange. Right up to the thread. And I'm going to just tie it off. It doesn't take much material here. Then I'm going to take my black and come right across the top. Keep it right there. And I'm going to tie it off. And I'm going to bring my thread forward. And I'm going to make a couple wraps with the black. Keeping it tight and tie it off. Reach in there. And make a nice head. Take my whip finishing tool and finish it off. Cut my thread. Now I'm going to come back here
I'm going to reattach my thread right behind that black head. I'm going to take 2 pieces of my rubber legs, and I'm going to fold them in half, roughly equal. And I'm going to tie them in the middle. A couple loose wraps. Right, so I can move them around. There you go. Now I'm going to cut and cut. I could take 2 and move them on this side, like that, and 2 move them onto that side, like that, and pull tight, and it flares them out. I will take a little bit of super glue. You could use head cement if you want. Put a little bit on your thread. And wrap right over top. Really bury that super glue right into it. Take my whip finisher. And we're done. Now you can trim these up if you like, make them a little bit even. There you go. And that's the slow sinking spider. Bluegills love these things. Give it a shot. I would put floating on it and let it just slowly absorb water and slowly sink. You'll be surprised. They will suck this sucker right down. And that's why I debarb all mine. But you know what's amazing? We have such a great opportunities. Tie up a bunch of these, tie them in different colors. And you know what? You're going to have a great time. So until the next fly, tie lines, everybody.